I've been sort of thinking about how important meeting people is, just in general. It's just like your life is literally meeting one person away from being completely different, right? And that's obviously in both directions, right? You could meet a crackhead and now you're doing crack and your life is completely different, right? You have that. But then you could also meet maybe like a friend that is as ambitious as you are. And I've sort of thought about how, like, imagine if I'm able to meet another dude who, you know, he's kind of on the same path and we can kind of just like live together type shit. Like we get kind of like a small apartment and we split the rent and we're both kind of like responsible, right? He's not, like a dirty person or anything. Like we both do the dishes. We're both locked in. We're hitting the gym. We're doing groceries and everything on the fridge is like protein. And there's no cookies in the house because we're both on the same kind of path. And just how like your life would be completely different, right? Like on that front. Or I mean, the obvious one is the job side. You meet somebody and then he's gonna work at his dad's company and he's like, hey man, you can come work with me. My dad can have a position for you. Right? It's called nepotism, which is just you know do that shit. Like they're all doing it. You got to do it too. If you manage to get a friend and then he can get you into an industry, then that's perfect. But um, meeting those kinds of people is already rare. And obviously, by the way, you have to be a certain kind of person, right? Like you can't just be a random dude and expect to meet somebody and then have them give you an opportunity like that, right? You have to be somebody of value. You have to be somebody that you're put together. You don't you have a haircut. You go to the gym. You're in shape. You're not some fat guy. uh you know some of those things might not be necessary, but the more put together you are, the better in terms of opportunities happening to you. I think it was I just saw an Instagram reel about, I think it was Seneca that said, and I'm sure some of you have heard about this. It's like luck, like getting lucky is when opportunity meets preparation, right? Like you not only have the opportunity in front of you, but you have prepared, right? Like you have a certain skill set, or you're a certain kind of person that is put together. You're not an awkward person. You can talk to people. You have a little bit of charisma to you, and all of a sudden, boom, you meet somebody, and then that person gives you an opportunity that sends your life in a super positive direction, right? But the preparation has to be there, of course. And thinking of that and just kind of recognizing how life is about people. It's not about, there is a little bit of like the lone wolf type of thing. And that's what you should do if you haven't met anybody like that. I'm lucky enough that I've met, two people like that, but they're in a different country. Like we met playing video games and then we kind of transformed all of us together into like this version of us that like goes to the gym and has ambition and wants to have a better life. So I know two people like that, but they're in a different country, like I said, and it's just different, right? It's just different. It would be ideal to meet somebody that I can kind of have in real life. And, you know, to get into the point of this video, the main point is, where do you meet people? Like, where meeting somebody like that is already rare. Meeting people in general is already like cooked. Where do you get to know people? Like, where do you meet in these circles? Like people, you would think that, oh, in the gym, right? Like, you go to the gym. Usually, people that go to the gym, they have a certain level of like mentality. Going there already requires a certain type of person, but that just doesn't happen in the gym. Like it just doesn't really happen like that. The gym is not a sociable place, and even if you do talk to people, it's like I don't know. It's just not super organic, right? Uh, and I mean, the only place ever where I've been able to sort of meet people has been in school. Like the only place where I have successfully met people is in college, and I'm still in college, which you would think is like a bad thing because I'm 26 right now. I couldn't start college for like a year, and then I took another year off of it, and I was in a position where I had a job and I could only take two classes. Basically, you know, things happened that put me in a position where at 26 years old, I'm still in college, right? But as much as I think about it, how like, damn, I should be graduated by now, right? People graduate college at 22 years old, and I'm still in college. But it's like, dude, the silver lining is that I am around young people, right? Like I'm in the college that I go to. There's a bunch of young people. There's youth. There's vitality around me when compared to like a job where it's usually like a bunch of old people that are just lame as hell. Uh, you maybe you get lucky and you get the one cool coworker, which I have had in the past, but it's usually just a bunch of lame people. So yeah, in that way, yeah, I'm 26 and I'm still going to college. Kind of like a bomb situation to be in, but shit, dude, like I'm low key glad because it's like I got to work on my social skills a lot, which by the way I think is one of the most like I would say top three important skills to have in life in general, like being able to talk to people, being able to have a conversation with people is like top three easily, like easily, not even close to anything you wanna say. And yeah, because I am in college and because I am kind of in an environment where you could talk to somebody or organically strike up a conversation like, hey, did you do this assignment? Like, how are you doing in the class? Right? Working on my shyness or my awkwardness uh, is coming great. Like that's literally the only usefulness I'm getting out of college is the ability to be around young people and meeting people and just developing my talking skills, you know. Um, but yeah, like even then, even though it's college and I am around the people that have potential, they have youth. Um, it's still hard. It's still complicated. People really seem to just have their own sort of friend group that they've had for a while. Like they know each other from way back in the day, or they made a friend group at like the beginning of their college sort of life, and they kind of stuck to it, and they're not really open to like a new friend. It's not that they're not open. It's just that they already have friends. Like they're already hanging out with people. It's just they already have a social life, and you're too late to that particular group of people. It seems to me, at least, right? Then there's the people that are like alone, and yeah, you could talk to them, but a lot of times I don't know, people are like awkward. There's people that are just weird, and then there's people that don't want to talk to you. Like they seem like they don't have any friends, but they also are like rude. You kind of talk to them, and you kind of realize why they don't have any friends. And very very few people that you meet, like out of all the people that you may or may not meet, is like very few have like a little bit of potential. And for example, like I met this guy and you know he seems to be a cool dude, and I was like, hey man, let's hit a workout. And it wasn't like out of nowhere. We kind of talked about the gym and everything, but he does say like, yeah, we should hit a workout sometime. And it's like this spring break, for example, he said, yo, let's hit a workout, like let's go to the college gym and let's do it. And the gym, by the way, the college gym is like 30 minutes away from me, right? And I was like, yeah, for sure, like I'm down to kind of deepen this bond. Like I'm down to see if you have, if you would be like a good like somebody that I can have a friendship with, maybe somebody that I can build with in the future. Like have a friend that I can kind of, just have a friend, you know. But no, dude, he kind of didn't really message me at all. I did message him, like I reached out, like I have no issues with reaching out to people, and he didn't really answer. And I mean, I'm not sad or anything like that. That's just how it is. That's literally the game. Like it's kind of like the same thing, people talk about it with girls, but I'm kind of using the same method with just making friends. It's like you meet somebody, you get their phone number, you tell them, hey, let's hang out, because usually hanging out is like a good way of deepening bonds and stuff. And they don't reach out, and that's it. You don't get sad about it. Like that's just how it is. That's just like you move on to the next person. That's it. This person doesn't want to hang out with you like that. It seems, or they're not down to hang out, or they're going through something in their life where they're just not down to do that, right? But yeah, I mean it's fine. It's just, you know, like you're kind of seeing how the path is, like not the path, but like the number of people that you could kind of meet and have like a really good friend, and kind of just have a friend circle of people that you can do stuff with in general, like just in general. Like I'm not even people that are like solid, not even people that are like ambitious and all this shit. Like even just having a social circle of people that are kind of like, normal average people that you can kind of go to the beach with and you can kind of do stuff with. It's just super rare. Like it's out of all the people that you're already meeting, the 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 ones that don't work out, the ones that don't end up on anything, the really rare people with potential, the people that are like ambitious, the people that you can build with, are already super rare. And then on top of that, even the average ones, it's like it's just weird too. It's just bad meeting people in general. Like it's just complicated to meet people in general. You know, the best one I found is rock climbing, actually, through which through a friend of mine who he's like a little bit of a crazy guy. He told me, hey bro, let's go rock climbing. I've never done it. I go to the gym and some of it did carry over to that, but it's a completely different skill. It requires a lot of like hand and forearm strength. But over there, and I had heard about how rock climbing is super social, like a super social activity. Yeah, dude, I've met the most people out of any activity. Like in some classes, I will meet like one person, two people, maybe three. But in rock climbing as an activity, that I kind of go to whenever it's happening in my school, that's where I've met the most people. Even to the point where this Friday on spring break, we went rock climbing to like a rock climbing gym. Like and then we had a big group. Well, a big group for me at least. We had like, I don't know, it was me and like 5, 6 people. We even met another guy right there at that rock climbing gym. He seemed cool, and yeah, that kind of that's kind of the one progress I've made in terms of meeting people. It seems like you have to go to a place where it's not just a gym, but it is kind of like an activity. Like I feel like going to a martial arts gym would be a much better place to kind of meet people that you can do stuff with, because it's just it's an activity, but it is kind of like more. I don't know. It just has some more social elements to it. Um, I even went to like a Hispanics club sort of hangout that they did as a club, and I didn't really meet that many people there. It kind of seemed like everybody already had their friend or the people that they knew, and nobody really was social like that to the point like in rock climbing. In rock climbing, I do end up in conversations with people, like long conversations. It just seems like having some sort of like central activity where maybe the people that go there don't really have that big of friend groups. That's like another thing. Like the people that go to rock climbing, they usually go like alone or they have one friend there, and that kind of just seems to result in people kind of talking to each other because they're not busy with other people. They're kind of open to conversation. So yeah, dude, if you're trying to meet people, any kind of activity, like my college also has a kickboxing sort of training thing that they do on Sundays. I'm down to drive 30 minutes. I don't care. Like I'll go to meet people, dude. Like I just wanna like meeting people is like so good. It's like you have people to do shit with. You have friends, and I know that is kind of like cool to do that, like the lone wolf thing. But after meeting people, after doing the lone wolf thing and then meeting people, I just having people with you is so much better, dude. Like having friends is so good. It's honestly so good because like yeah, you'll do your grind on the weekdays, but then on the weekend or maybe on like a Friday, you can like go to the beach or like just do a social thing and just kind of have a life, dude. I feel like mentally, like I meditate, for example, for like mental health, and like I feel like there's nothing better for mental health than going out with friends, right? You put up like some nice clothes, you put on some perfume. That's what I do, and you kind of just have shit going on in your life, right? Like it's kind of like, yeah, you have the grind, but then you also get to unwind with like a friend's hangout, right? And yeah, I think that that's really good. Um, and that's one thing I'm trying to do aside from everything, right? Like I'm doing the gym, I'm doing the looks maxing, the improving on skills, like doing this YouTube stuff, content, but also involved in all of this is like having people, right? And of course, like you gotta be careful because I had some friends that I would hang out with very often, and these people that the main thing we would do was eat. It was eating food, and I have a like a weakness with food. Like I have to be humble and like admit it. I'm very prone to like binge eating and just eating a bunch of food, and I'm trying to get lean. Like as you can see, my face is fucking cooked. Like I'm like I have, I don't know. I look like shit right now, dude. But yeah, I'm trying to get lean, and that just wasn't conducive. Like I literally like for 2 years I would struggle because by the time that I would put together some sort of like momentum with my diet, I would hang out with these people, and all they do is eat. Like go out to eat, and even if I do tell myself like, oh, I'm just gonna get a diet coke and like an appetizer, I end up breaking, right? Like you gotta be humble enough to know when you need to be humble enough to know when the people around you are like having a negative impact on you, right? Like you gotta be humble and just know that, hey, uh I am failing to sort of to do this properly, right? So yeah, be just kind of like as an end to the video, don't allow the hangouts to influence you. And if you see that there are influencing you, just limit the exposure that you have to those people to like one time a week. Like one time a week, you go hang out, and if it is just one time, you're gonna be able to lock in during the hangout. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna eat anything. That's what I've been doing recently, and it's been working because I kind of. Because I reduced the amount of times that I am around people that they just do activities that are not conducive to what I want to do in life or what I want to be in life. So yeah, just be careful with that because that's one thing that happened to me when I started socializing. I kind of met people that I didn't, it was too late by the time that I realized that I had gotten completely off track on my fitness goals because of the fact that I was hanging out with them. So yeah, be careful with that. But yeah, go meet people, dude. For real. Like just try it out. I know you like the idea of being like an introvert, and then, oh my god, it's so cool. I don't talk to anybody. I don't need people. Give it a shot, dude. Just give it a shot. Okay. And yeah, if you know of any other places where you can meet people, then let me know because like I'm struggling here.